Alrighty. Welcome to episode 12 of the Grilled Sportscast. My name is Shane. I'm joined by Blake Hampick, as always, my co-host and great friend. And joined over audio is Victor Locke. How are you brothers doing today?
Doing all right. How you doing?
I mean, you know how I feel right now. I'm good. I'm feeling great. You know, I'm feeling myself. I got my drink. Blake's got his. And well, kind of his. I made it, and I don't want to drink it, and I'm just making him drink it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm doing great. He's doing terrible. He lying. He doing terrible.
I'm all right. Man, dude, the Hawks are going to Fayetteville for a regional. Let's fucking go.
That's true. We're going to the regionals. The Jayhawks baseball going to the regionals. We got to play.
And also, the most wins in Power 5 conferences, period, at 43. Most wins of a Power 5 conference, period, out of the regular season at 43.
We still lost to Cincinnati, but okay.
Yeah, we got swept by Cincinnati. And also, like, I'm
pretty sure they had a losing record, so they didn't make any regional.
No.
Okay.
But
so
if it wasn't for...
So first we have to play our northern rivals, Creighton. Technically, we're rivals with Nebraska, but Creighton is also.
I wouldn't really even call it a rivalry because.
Oh, it's gonna become a baseball rivalry. Oh, it's gonna
with Nebraska.
No, Creighton and Kansas. It's gonna be a rivalry. Trust me.
Okay.
These boys are gonna learn to hate each other.
Okay.
But after that, I think we have Arkansas also on the slate too.
Arkansas and Kansas in a postseason matchup.
You don't talk about it.
Exactly.
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
Fuck John Calipari.
We don't talk about it. We do not talk about it. That was in our home state. We lost in our home state, dude. We lost in Wichita at Intrust Bank.
No, it was in New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah, what was the second round? It was Missouri.
Wichita was
Texas Tech.
St. John's. Who did St. John's play in the first round? I don't remember.
It was Drake, Missouri, St. John's, and I think Tech. I'm not for certain though.
It was something Tech.
It was maybe Texas Tech.
No, it was not Texas Tech. Texas Tech was not a 15 seed. There's no shot. Texas Tech was a 15 seed. But
I mean, I could see it.
Losing in New Jersey, which is not really our home state, but it's still a place where we're strong in. We played Rutgers in the past and have dominated them. Yeah. But that was unacceptable.
John Calipari. Yeah, that's what happened. And now Bill Self is officially 500 with John Calipari. Now he's 6 for 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
but we got a lot of guys coming in basketball. We got a lot of
Darren Peterson.
Hey, Snowman here. What's going on, Snowman? Great to see you. But one of the big things that I think Kansas baseball has going for them is their depth in their starting batters.
Dude,
their first
Jackson Hogg is so good. In my opinion, he's a Golden Spikes finalist.
Our first 5 batters all can bang it out of the
park. Also our back 4 can bang it as well.
Back 4, they're kind of iffy. They're kind of on and off. They're more get on base guys than they are knock it out. And we have this one Dominican guy. He's at the top of our lineup.
I'll pull it up.
He plays all this.
Are you talking about Serta?
Serta, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he has energy and he has aura, like just straight vibes, dude.
Jesus. I think it's Derek Serta. I'm not for certain.
He walks up to the batter's box and the pitcher's already trembling in his britches. Like,
yeah, it is Derek Serta.
You saw the Mizzou pitcher. He was not confident.
Also, that Mizzou pitcher got bounced in like the second or third inning. So,
like, every pitcher got bounced every inning at that game.
Dang near, but also as a bunch of bullpen guys because the whole NCAA tracking pitches thing, I guess. So they use the bullpen guys during like single games and during the week, and then during the weekend series, that's where they roll out the starters.
That was ridiculous. 9-3 was that final score. But we play Creighton, we play Arkansas in a postseason.
If we make it past Creighton.
I believe we make it past Creighton. Hopefully.
I mean, Creighton was like 41 and
knock on wood.
15.
We beat Creighton, knock on wood, to not jinx it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a lot of confidence in this team. Everything from our batters to our pitchers to our coaching staff being the greatest Kansas baseball team we've seen since 1993, where we both weren't even alive.
I mean, 2016 was pretty solid too.
2016 was solid, but nothing was matching the 93 team until this year.
It's this year. We have more wins.
I think we get that trip to Omaha, and we got to make the most of that trip to Omaha to show people that Kansas baseball don't F around.
I mean, Fitzpatrick has really turned this program around in the 2 years that he's been here. It
reminds me a lot of, what was his name?
It reminds me of the
Kansas
turnaround
football coach.
You mean Lance Leipold?
Yeah, what Lance Leipold did for our football team.
I mean,
like his recruiting was so different from past coaches. His overall morale of the game, his overall thought process, how hard.
And also, whenever we had that offensive coordinator, we would have motion, like 93% of the plays pre-snap. It worked so well.
And it got us to our first bowl game since
2008.
2008.
That was a championship. The last time we went to a bowl game, the championship bowl series was still a thing.
Oh my god, that's nostalgia.
Yeah,
like even though I wasn't alive at that time,
I was 4.
I was alive.
I was 4.
I was alive, but I'm gonna make this clear. I was alive. But I don't remember much of it because I was still an infant.
I vaguely remember watching the 2008 team with my dad, or the final with Memphis and Derrick Rose. Throw that name out there.
Dude, last time we
went through.
So the last time we faced Mizzou in football was
probably 2008.
2008
or something around there. I can't remember.
It was that really good Kansas football team
with the Mangino era.
Yeah, the Mangino era. And then it was something on top of that where we played Mizzou. It was like the two best teams, and the last time Mizzou Kansas has played, it was like a field day for both sides. I think Kansas came on top.
Last time we played against them was in 2011. And
2008 was the one we came on top.
No, the 2008 one was whenever we lost to Missouri to play Nebraska in the Big 12 tournament, because that's whenever Nebraska and Missouri were still in the conference. Same with Colorado before they left for the Pac-12, but then now they're back. So,
speaking of Colorado, do you think? Well, it's obvious Shedur's going to be there. Not Shedur. Deion's going to be the coach for another year.
Yeah,
he's made that. He's not leaving Colorado.
I don't like Deion. I do not like Warren Sapp. Remember what?
If you like Deion, then you're probably just a Cowboys fan. That isn't Victor Lott. Well, let me backtrack.
Yes, Deion, it is you.
You're a Cowboys fan, but you're not a good Cowboys fan. You're a moronic Republic. Cowboys.
Oh God!
I want to play the freaking bit from the Snowman in the Morning Show with
Dad.
Yeah.
No, you do not, Blake. Absolutely
yes,
not.
It is you.
Yes,
it
Deion.
It has always been you. It will always be you.
I mean, Colorado, from what it seemed
like. And the
like.
church rose, and Victor Locke said,
"Amen."
But yes, Deion, it is you.
Yeah, Deion was
watch, and also this entire thing.
Deion was the reason Shadur went in the 4th round. Deion was the reason Shiloh went undrafted, and Deion is the reason why these teams don't want to pick these guys up. And then
there's so much baggage
stay at Colorado, and they're like, "Oh, we can finally actually develop these guys." Oh my God!
And break their character like a freaking Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
Jokes intended.
Nah.
That's the thing the thing is that for all of
also that's a big task. It's like breaking a buffalo in or something.
For all of Deion's talent, the problem is that let's be honest, he's never learned humility himself. He's always been prime time. So
yeah.
He's never learned how to humility himself. Now, how are you supposed to teach his son's humility? He never did.
Exactly.
Okay.
And with Colorado being such a good team last year, you know what I'm going to say? I think you can agree with me. It was 100% fucking schedule driven.
Mm-hmm.
It was 100% schedule driven.
I feel like
they lost to Kansas State at home for starters, which they were okay. They won. They went to a bowl game. They won it in a shootout against UNLV.
Okay. Very unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I think Kansas State should have been considered for that 12th seed.
Yeah,
they were a pretty good team.
They were solid,
but they just didn't have the record.
Yeah.
If Kansas State, I think,
and also they needed to have the resume as well.
If they had never lost to Arizona State, I think they could have been
at home too. Well, also, I mean, we kind of felt that whenever we went to Arizona.
No, we beat BYU.
We beat Colorado. We beat Iowa State. Back to back.
Yeah, and then we lost to Baylor.
No comments.
Oh yeah, so I think you've heard this before, but we have a guy who comes on during college football season. Victor already knows where this is going.
Okay.
His name is Dietz.
Chris Dietz, yes.
And one day, while we were discussing the struggles of
shooting 3-pointers, I've heard this bit. Yeah.
When I asked him, why do you think Kansas is struggling so much this year compared to last year? He said, well, it's because they're shooting 3-pointers instead of scoring touchdowns.
Yes, it's true.
I was like, come on. Everybody started laughing. Everybody was crying and dying. And I was just over here like, man.
This is some old bullshit.
But
some bullshit.
But honestly, with this upcoming schedule with Kansas and everything, I think we can make another bowl game run for it.
I think,
especially with how we've retooled, and also
because we have Jalen Daniels,
and also did you see we landed a 4-star running back?
Yes, but we got Highshaw still.
Yeah.
Do we have? We have Highshaw. We don't have Saracen or whatever his name is.
We don't have Servion Morris.
Sevion Morrison. That was who I was thinking of. I was thinking it was something his son. Like Sevion Morrison, we don't have, but we have Highshaw,
and we're gonna be able to. We're gonna be able to run that. We're gonna be able to do like what we did with Devin Neal and Highshaw. We're gonna run a 2-back system.
I don't think we're gonna start the freshman back. I think he's gonna be redshirted.
Really? For a 4-star?
A 4-star, yes. Because even though KU 4-stars aren't common, they're not the greatest.
Also, another tidbit: we almost landed Jamar Chase whenever we had Les Miles.
True, that is true. We almost it's like when the Panthers tried to draft Alexander Ovechkin. Like we could have had him, but we couldn't get him because they were.
There's no way that boy was falling that low.
No,
there's no way in hell.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is the story of how Alex Ovechkin almost became a Florida Panther. So before his year's draft, he was 17 years old. He was too young, but technically by the time of draft day, he was 18.
Okay.
Which means that he technically was eligible to be drafted.
Technically.
But the NHL already stated that he couldn't be drafted. But still, the Florida Panthers staff at the time tried to argue with the NHL. Technically, he's old enough, so let us draft him. And so every round, the Panthers had attempted to draft Alexander Ovechkin. The 3rd round, the 4th round, the 5th round. This is when there was like 11 plus rounds.
Right.
And all the way, I think, until the 13th round, where the NHL said, if you do it one more time, you're forfeiting your pick. You will not be drafting.
Wow.
So they stopped doing it. And, of course, the next year, we all know Alexander Ovechkin went to 1st overall.
Mm-hmm.
To the Caps.
To the Capitals. Think about it. Out of technicality, he was 18, but he didn't meet the deadline.
Oh, so his deadline technicality
was just after the deadline.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Your draft eligibility year.
Mm-hmm.
So his draft eligibility year was not till next year because of him not making
it to that next year. Oh, okay, yeah.
So the Florida Panthers ended up never getting Ovechkin. I don't remember who we drafted that year, but we could have had Ovechkin.
Yeah,
we could have had Ovechkin if we had just tanked, but we chose not to tank. I think this was when was Ovi drafted? I'm gonna do a little bit of live research. Ovechkin draft year. He was drafted in 2004. The 2004 NHL entry draft
in Raleigh.
The first overall pick went to the Washington Capitals. We chose Rostislav Olases from Czech Republic. Yeah, he doesn't exist anymore. Nobody knows who that is.
I mean,
Florida Panthers, like I remember David Booth. He was okay.
The Booth.
David Booth. Oh my god, dude. Alexander Edler. He was selected in the third round of that draft.
Were the Seedon brothers? I thought the Seedon brothers were early.
No, that's
or was that 90s?
That's Edler, not Sedin. But yeah, he went first. Crosby went first the next year in the 2005 draft. Who did my Panthers draft that year? You drafted Jack Johnson, who I think is a 2-time Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah. With us in 2006.
He won with the Pens.
I thought we had him in 2006.
The Hawks. You drafted him in 2005, which is the 2006 season. And that was also the year Carey Price got drafted. Oh, dude, Carey Price.
The playoff Price.
Okay. I want y'all to
Carey Price.
Take a walk with me. Imagine being a Panthers fan since you were born. And think about you looking back at all your old picks, every single pick you've ever made as a team, and thinking, what the were we doing?
Dude, the playoff Price was so good.
And then you hear the Panthers have parted ways with general manager blah blah blah, and have signed a new contract with Bill Zito. At this time, I didn't know who the fuck Bill Zito was. I was like, this is just another mistake by the Panthers. It's not going to work out. And then we won a cup. But yeah,
Carey Price, Phil Kessel.
I thought you were going to look at that.
Oh yeah, Jordan
Stahl.
He's been okay.
He's your captain. What do you mean he's okay? Michael Frolik, he's a little bit more notable. From Tampa Bay via Philadelphia and Phoenix. Jesus Christ. I don't know when we started doing 7-round drafts, but that
Jamie
was McGrawn. But Claude Drew, Semyon Varlamov, Nick Foligno, Eric Johnson, Jordan Stahl, Jonathan Toews, Nicholas Backstrom,
Phil Kessel,
Hot Dog Kessel, Kyle Okposo too.
Hot Dog Kessel.
Here's a fun fact about Kyle Okposo. He never won a single cup until he was in Florida. He went to Florida for a year and ended up winning a cup. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But the Florida Panthers for a long time were always in that bottom 16, I believe. We couldn't do anything as a team. Also, this is around the time where what was their name? Wayne Gretzky was a coach in Phoenix, I believe.
That didn't pan out.
The 2008 entry draft, Stamkos was selected by the Lightning. I believe they won a cup a few years before they got that pick. And then you scroll. Oh, wait. Did we make the playoffs that year or did we trade the pick? Probably traded the pick knowing my teams. Because, dude, that was a fucking embarrassing year.
Don't worry. It gets pretty embarrassing for me.
Yeah, from Florida, New York Islanders. They selected Josh Bailey. So we didn't even have a top pick. 2009, that was the Tavares Hedman Duchesne draft. Evander Kane also was drafted that year. And then let's look for my Panthers. We selected Dmitry Kulikov. Finally, a notable pick.
London Knights that's the OHL team.
Yeah. London, Canada.
I was very confused. I was like,
London, UK. You are fucking stupid.
I figured.
And then another year, we traded away our pick. Los Angeles got Forbort. We ended up getting Quentin Howden, who did nothing in the NHL. So you see a pattern. We're missing every single pick.
Yeah, you're whiffing harder than the Browns.
The one we got right was Jonathan Huberdeau.
Did you hear me? I said you're out here whiffing harder than the Browns.
Victor, any comments on that?
Nope. Nope. No, thank you.
Dude, this was a tough time as a Panthers fan. Very, very tough time. And then 2013 finally happened.
Yeah.
And we made the biggest reach ever in drafting Alexander Barkov 2nd overall.
I mean, it's panned out, hasn't it?
It's panned out.
It has.
It was one of the biggest reaches that ended up working. That was one of our only good picks. Sasha Barkov, NHL All-Star. And then the 2014 draft, I believe we got the first pick. Yep. Crazy to think this. We have now acquired 3 out of the 5 top 5 picks from the NHL draft in 2014.
Fleury.
Aaron Ekblad, we drafted. Sam Reinhart, we traded for later on, and Sam Bennett, we traded for later on. Aaron Ekblad was.
We had Fleury, but not the goalie, but he was a defenseman.
Hayden Fleury,
yeah,
he was a solid D man.
And he probably wasn't a solid D man with us. I can tell you that much.
2015. This was nearing the end of the tanking era in the NHL, where they started doing the lottery system. We drafted Lawson Krause, who right now is a pretty solid player. I'm surprised we don't have him anymore. And then the year after that, I think we made the playoffs that year, 2018. Yes, we did. Henrik Brogstrom. Who the are you? 2017, this was the Nico Hischier draft. Where Mio Heiskanen was drafted. Kale, Where's Makar, Elias Pettersson, Cody Glass, Casey Middlestat, Michael Rasmussen. Owen Tippett is who we drafted. He's on Philly now.
Yeah.
Because we traded Claude Giroux. We traded him for Claude Giroux. That only lasted a year. I miss you, Owen, man. You're such a great player. And you still are. 2018, the Rasmus Sandin draft. Under Svechnikov went to the Carolina Hurricanes. One of the best Hurricanes picks in years.
And he has such a high ceiling. I don't think he's topped out yet either.
Give him the C. Give him the captain the C.
You think give Svechie the C? And also, Kotkaniemi was up top, was number 3 behind him.
Grigory Denisenko, he's on Vegas now. Yeah, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, he went to Montreal.
Yeah.
He was a great guy in Montreal. 2019.
He's still pretty solid right now.
Jack Husey draft. This was another mediocre draft, but this is where we selected Spencer Knight. And now he's on Chicago.
Yeah.
You're noticing a trend, right?
Whiff!
It's not whiffing picks. We're just trading them away. And then this is somebody, Anton
Seth
Lundell.
Jarvis, 13.
Yeah, that's crazy. The back-to-back picks are both in the conference finals right now.
Yeah.
One's getting blown out. One's actually playing well.
No comment. I plead the 5th on this statement.
Which, by the way, speaking of that, you've been trying to delay this for long enough. We are fucking dogging you. We are stunning you right now.
Oh my God.
Aho, Gelato, not Yamato, Panthers and Vav.
No comment.
Here's the thing. This is the thing. Sometimes Joy can be a poor winner.
Don't worry.
Joy can be a sore winner.
Boo!
It's one.
You're in like a couple years, buddy.
It's one thing to be a sore loser. It's another thing to be a poor winner.
You're gonna end up over there just like Victor, reminiscing of these days.
Hey, I'm just trying to sit here and be the middleman here. Do not start throwing shade at me.
I'm reminiscing of the Sporting Kansas City days when we were actually good in the MLS, all right?
2013?
I'm already reminiscing about 2013, all right? I don't need to be reminiscing about these years in the next few years.
Don't worry, you will, because you're set, because you're not going to be able to hold your cap.
Oh, no, we can. The salary cap's increasing.
Oh, by how much?
It's about $7 million. So basically, an extra superstar for every team.
That's.
We can get another solid defenseman. Let's go, or like a let's go, K, and he's gonna be this next year. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how I felt about throwing away Mikko Rautanen. So, yeah,
dude.
Even if we want, even if he didn't want to stay in Carolina, even though he didn't stay in Carolina, motherfucker, we had him for a year. Use him.
You didn't even have him for a year.
I know, but still, at the end of the day, we had him for a year. Use him, man. Like, come on.
So, what are you saying, Victor?
No, I was just saying, like, at this point, it's rough for at least rough for me, I guess, being from the Dallas fan.
The moronic republic of Cowboys Nation.
But that's the problem, though, is that the moronic republic won't cease. So I end up getting the bad end of the stick, basically.
You're just there being legit. Like, this sucks. We need to do something, or somehow convince geriatric Jerry Jones to sell the team, which will never happen.
No, because he has too much money.
He has that deep South money. Tell you what, he was.
Yep.
You can. We're not going to talk about this, but I think you know what picture I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Exact. That's my point there.
Yeah, he's got too much. He's got the money, and unfortunately, he said he'd rather die before sell the team. So
exactly,
he might actually.
But
we all know that once Jerry passes away, we're not going to be like, "Oh, good riddance." We're going to be like, "Oh, R.I.P."
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, we made the same. We cracked the same jokes about Virginia McCaskey until she passed away.
He's got a point. But
anyways, we got a bit of a situation going on in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Kansas, the Royals and the Chiefs have been looking to move to a new stadium, or at least the Royals have, for pushing 5 years, but the real talk has started as of last year. And Kansas City hasn't made a good offer whatsoever. I mean, the 5% adding a 5% cent tax bombed.
Casey Mo.
Yeah.
Versus Kansas City, Kansas.
Which Kansas offered them like 70% on Star Bonds to match for their stadium, which is a ridiculously good offer, over like a bill, I think.
But I'm going to make this very clear. It's an hour less of driving, yes, for us, but you're removing the history.
Yeah, which I kind of with that, I don't think Clark Hunt isn't going to move unless if he has to, because
I'm going to make this clear.
He doesn't want to move at the stadium his dad built.
It's like the Bills' Highmark Stadium, new Highmark Stadium.
Yeah.
It's not going to feel the same as the last one. I think Highmark Stadium was mainly made to battle weather problems in the past.
Yeah.
Because I believe it's kind of a dome, kind of not.
Yeah.
You can make it a dome, but you kind of can't, just because that's so much money.
But
because it's not a retractable roof like Mercedes-Benz, which is I think is the most expensive stadium
to date. Yeah.
To date in America.
But if they wanted to in Highmark, they could add a dome to the top.
Yes, they could. If they see the forecast in the next few days on game day snowing, they can put some panels up. And
I mean, like, if the city and the team was like, we want a dome, like it wouldn't be as much instead of having to build an entire new stadium for a dome. Like, it's already prefab for a dome.
I hope it is, because we don't want what happened last year during the playoffs, where you had people basically shoveling snow just to watch their team get smacked 33, just to watch their team get smacked by the Chiefs again.
Yeah, but we had home advantage last year. I think you mean 2 years ago.
2 years ago,
something like that.
Where we beat the Bills and then we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then it's Lamar.
We beat the Bills. We beat Lamar. Then we beat.
Yes, Lamar. It is you.
The first year the year that y'all always labeled. I think it was 22. Whenever we went into the bank, or not the bank, but Baltimore, and we dog walked Lamar.
It wasn't really dog walking. It was more Zay Flowers made a stupid decision to spin the ball on Ward, and then he got the flag.
Yeah.
And then he fumbled it at the goal line.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep. But also,
the fumble at the goal line is going to be as scarring for Ravens fans as it's intercepted by Malcolm Butler is for the Seahawks fans.
But also, just another random tidbit, it's kind of seemed like Kansas City in general has been owning Baltimore sports teams since 2015. if you look back at it.
Yeah, and then also you had last year
And
during
then-
the playoff. You had last year during MLB playoffs where we dog walked them.
And then
in the
the
wild card.
Orioles have completely collapsed.
They were on top of the world. Gunnar Henderson was fully healthy. Cedric
Jackson
Mullins,
Holiday looked really solid.
Cedric Mullins was having a career year, and everybody predicted them to smack us in 2 games.
Nah.
Not even close.
And now this year their pitching is meh. They can't get any hits, and it's just like they've hit a brick wall or something. It's like a bug on a semi truck, just smack.
That is so stupid. But other than that, yeah, it's
been rough.
This whole situation with the teams is crazy. But you got to realize the
AKA
is not going to happen for the next year, 2 years.
Yeah, but also with this whole
Dude,
thing,
the new I-70 extension will be finished before a new stadium in Kansas City K.
probably, and also with kind of going back to that, with the Kansas City Mo not being able to put up a decent offer to keep the teams around, and the vote failing miserably to put a stadium downtown for the Royals. The state of Missouri's government in Jefferson City, I think, is doing a special session behind closed doors in the upcoming days for this. Which I think the only way they get anything to pass is if they give the Cardinals something as well, like some type of money, anything, like because there's no care for the Kansas City teams outside of Kansas City and Missouri, really. It's all Cardinals nation. But also, I don't know why they think they need to give something to St. Louis, because St. Louis has lost 2 football teams. 2.
On a scale of 1 to 10, my friend, we're fucked.
Which I think, if they don't do something like that, they have to. If they don't end up doing something like that, another vote in Missouri to keep these teams around is going to fail, and they're going to come, because I don't know why they haven't been on the offer already, because the Star Bonds in that offer is such a good offer.
My only concern about this whole bonanza of
which I'm not saying
we're not moving to KCK. Oh yeah, we're definitely moving to KCK.
I'm not gonna try to predict where they go. I'm just telling you the facts of what is going on currently. I will give updates on where they're going the day that they admit it, because I don't want to look wrong.
I think personally the Royals might be in the OP district, while the Chiefs will be in that same complex as the Speedway,
or out by
CMP,
or on the other side of the highway, out towards like around the Legends area.
Yeah. But other than that, I think they're probably staying put for another few years, because you got to remember it takes more than a year to build a stadium.
Yep.
Highmark Stadium, I think, has been in construction for 2 years.
Yeah, in that time they started throwing people down a hole.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues. But other than that, the Bills got their new stadium for this year.
Yep.
I don't want a new stadium. I want I get this
like
whole thing.
But also, in my opinion, I guess if they're gonna throw an offer to help refurbish Arrowhead, that's a complete waste of fucking money.
Okay.
It's a complete waste of money.
So
it's such a dumb
bring
idea.
It back to this. I am not gonna be happy if we move, but I'm gonna be happy. It's kind of like,
because
it's like, yes, they're gonna be closer. They're not an hour drive anymore. They're like more of a 50-minute, and there's not as much traffic anymore.
Yeah.
If we go there really early.
Yeah. And also another thing with that is, I don't know why it might be a father complex type thing with Clark Hunt, but dude, as an owner, he's already surpassed his dad. 3 Super Bowls and probably one of the most successful owners in the NFL to date. And I mean, I understand why Clark would want to stay in that stadium with it, where the stadium that his dad built, because his dad founded the AFL and all this bonanza, which I think it wasn't really a grand invention or a great idea. It was just a great timing. You know what I mean? Great timing to start up a football league, and it just caught fire.
Listen, I have a lot to say about the Hunt family. Clark Hunt, great guy.
Met him.
One of the better. I've not met him.
Me and my dad
one of the
went.
better owners in the NFL, but one of the worst members of the Hunt family is Lamar Hunt Jr.
Yeah.
The only team he actually owns himself is the Kansas City Mavericks. And when he bought the Topeka Pilots,
he tanked it.
He tanked it, bringing it to Kansas City, already getting all the branding done, calling them the scouts and all that, and then sold them to Amarillo for half the price.
Exactly.
That basically is spitting in the face of Topeka, and now everybody in Topeka hates Lamar Hunt Jr.
Yeah.
And now that there's a new guy coming into Topeka, a new person we never have heard of, owning this team means that we don't have to worry about them getting moved to Kansas City if they start doing good in the FPHL.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like when we heard Lamar Hunt Jr. bought the team, I felt like Stephen A. Smith. I've been like, we have been hoodwinked, bamboozled,
stay off the
run
weed,
amok, and flat out deceived.
Stay off the weed.
Lord, have mercy.
Because my real question is, what the fuck was Lamar Hunt Jr. smoking?
Probably a cart.
Hence why I said.
He got from a dispensary.
Hence why I said. Hence why I said stay off the weed.
But we're gonna cut the football stuff off here.
Yeah.
And let's get into basketball.
2-1 each right now. Well, 3-1 for the Oklahoma
Timberwolves. Where the fuck have you gone?
It's just, I don't know.
In the one game you won against OKC, you gave Julius Randle more than 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And what happens when you down his time again?
You win, right?
You lose.
Oh, I haven't paid much attention. I'm gonna be honest.
You said you watched it.
Yeah, that doesn't mean
Julius Randle. As you know, Julius Randle had 28 minutes played. 5.7 rebounds and 3 assists. That is fucking disappointing. Shea had 40. Williams had 34. Chet had 21. And Caruso had a solid 10. Now let's look at your guys. Alexander Walker was your top scorer.
That is not a winning formula there, buddy.
DiVincenzo has his biggest game in the playoffs. McDaniels is also having.
How bad did Ant play then?
16 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists in 41 minutes.
Brother, that might actually be a worse stat line than James Harden.
Fuck, you might as well have been what's his name that played 0 minute, played 30 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists.
Are you talking about that? What was it? It was a bit from last week, but I think it was a Milwaukee guy. I remember that for certain. Tony Snell.
Tony Snell, yeah.
It's hilarious.
He might as well have been Tony Snell, not played a single minute because damn, you blew it. You were up.
Yes, Anthony Edwards, it is you.
You were close to pulling off the comeback.
Okay, Mr. Child Support Payment.
Ooh.
Get your shit together. I mean, it kind of replicates. You were a ball hog at Georgia for a reason. What?
Yeah.
This is fucking ridiculous. 12 out of 14 free throws. He had 14 free throws.
Shea?
Yes.
Shea. Are you gonna call him a free throw merchant?
He is a free throw merchant.
Dude, Jalen Brunson is objectively worse.
Jalen Brunson?
Yes.
Okay, listen. I'm not gonna say he gets an excuse. Nobody who does that gets an excuse.
Whenever you're that,
Shea is worse than all of them combined.
Are you sure?
Yes, 12. Because if Jalen Brunson was really that bad, then they would.
I mean, it was bad enough to where Boston had a game plan for it.
Listen. If it was really that bad, the Pacers would not be up in this series. The Pacers would not be up in this series 2-1, would they? Because
they probably game plan for it.
If that was the case, But still, 12 out of 14. He was at the line 7 times. Shooting free throws.
But also, he drives a lot more. He drives a lot into the paint. So,
Jalen Brunson only went to the line 5 times and barely squeaked out a win. And I watched that game. There were 2 questionable fouls. The rest were completely fine.
And also,
so 3 times he went to the line, they were fair. 2 times he went to the line.
Also, Naismith got hurt, which I think that's going to be. I think they're going to they're going to put TJ McConnell in at the 2, and then put
and let me point out something. In the 143 BTA performance by the Wolves, Shea had I can't even load the fucking stats. You trying to not let me spit some facts here.
Which
yes.
That's how the KU
I hate
lineup.
Free throw merchants. I hate Jalen Brunson. I hate Shea.
I hate Grayson Allen.
As hell. Hate LeBron.
Yes, LeBron, it is you.
It has always been you.
It will forever be you.
Forever and ever.
Amen.
Church says.
Amen. What's your take on these series in the NBA, Vic?
Well, the thing is, first off, we got to talk about the one that we talked about earlier, which is Indiana and New York. Did not expect these two to be in the positions they're in. I thought Cleveland was basically going to steamroll and go through the rest of it. I thought Boston would have a chance to repeat, but that didn't happen. So that blew my bracket up real quick. As far as the Wolves and the Thunder, the Thunder have a chance to clear it out in 3 more games. They have 3 more chances to finish it off. So
I think they take it.
I think they take it. I think they are able to stop the machine that was
because
Ant-Man.
they go back home
Mm-hmm.
on Wednesday, right?
Yep.
I think they close it out at home. I could see it.
Yeah, I could definitely see
the loudest, quote unquote. They got the loud city behind them, so
mm-hmm.
I don't know because my fucking, I love Real. Shout out Real, but sometimes your app is one of the slowest apps out there. So in the one game where Shea had his worst performance, guess how many times he went to the free throw line?
How many times?
Twice.
Wow. They gave him no calls.
They're very interesting. The one game they lose, he's only to the line twice.
They gave him no calls.
So if you're gonna try and defend that,
I have no horse in this race because I'm a Sixers fan.
You.
I know. You know who it is because you know why I'm a Sixers fan?
Mm-hmm.
Embiid, yes.
You're an Embiid fan?
Yes, whenever he plays, he's good.
Then I hate to say this to you, Blake, but Joel Embiid, you a bitch.
You fool.
What are you doing?
Please pick up.
Who is it?
Please pick up.
Who is it, dude?
What is it, man?
Oh my God! No, you did not.
Blake is a Joel Embiid fan.
I beg your pardon?
Blake is a Joel Embiid fan.
I'm going back to work. See you later. Blake, I just have one question.
I'm a homer, man.
I just have one question and one question only, sir.
Yep.
What the hell are you thinking?
Rock chalk, that's what I was thinking.
What in the Vita Blue, yellow-bellied, red-blooded, back-asswards hell are you thinking?
Oh my God.
I don't know, man.
I mean, Embiid played barely 1 season with the Jayhawks. 1.
Yep.
And he didn't even last the whole season because he's more brittle than some people's attitudes from my hometown of Chicago, which is pretty damn brittle.
Yep.
He can't stay on the floor. He can't stay healthy. LeBron.
Oh no.
He's one of the softest centers in the NBA right now. Soft. You get that?
Yep.
Soft.
Yep.
I make this joke often. I'll make it here, considering I'm a proud papa and grandpapa. Joel Embiid is softer than my daughter's pillow.
Softer than Charmin.
Not even sure. Look.
Not even Charmin? Come on.
Listen, I had an Explorer once upon a time. Ford Explorer. Joel Embiid is softer than the seats I had in my old Explorer.
Oh, Explorer seats are pretty soft.
Yeah.
And that was 2001.
Those are like the softest seats I can think of. Like a 99 Explorer.
From 99 to 02. From 99 to 02. I owned an 01. From 99 to 02, the Ford Explorer seats were the softest seats on the market. That's Joel Embiid. He got nothing.
Oh my God.
ETHFFYN. Nothing. I know that's an incorrect spelling. I did that on purpose. But nothing.
I know. He has an MVP though.
That he complained about because he can't play defense. We all know that.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Listen, Joel Embiid play. Let me think of a good one because I really want Blake to laugh. That's why I make these comparisons so I can get my friends to laugh. Let me think. Oh, I have one. Once upon a time, you had James Harden, God help us, and Joel Embiid on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Defense ripped apart in less than 3 seconds, like a new roll of Charmin. They even sweat wrong as sitting on the bench. That's what we've seen from Joel Embiid for 11 years. And miraculously, he's going to be heading into his 12th season without a title, without an Eastern Conference title, and still with the sting of Trae Young hitting a three in his face in Game 7 at the New Spectrum, a.k.a. Wells Fargo Arena.
Game 7!
In front of a national audience, mind you. See, Joel Embiid upset me when he upset one of my favorite announcers in Brian Anderson.
Uh-oh.
Brian Anderson called that Game 7 on TNT. Joel Embiid is soft, okay? Period. Point blank, end of story. He's softer than DJ Moore.
Really? Oh, hell no.
He's softer than Lamar Jackson in an AFC Championship game.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Kansas City Chiefs. And I love the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes. Jordan and I argue all the time, make fun of each other's teams all the time, but I love Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. Okay?
Yep.
Listen, Joel Embiid.
He's softer than the Bears' offensive line.
Joel Embiid is softer than Caleb Williams.
Oof.
At Oklahoma.
Ooh.
Against Texas.
Mm.
His best day of the year.
Ouch.
Arguably.
Okay? Does that tell you something?
Yeah.
Joel Embiid sucks more than a broken vacuum without a hose.
Jesus Christ.
Joel Embiid sucks more than Tuukka Rask with a shot in front of him and he still couldn't stop it.
Oh,
2013, anybody?
Jesus.
And Shane's not even here.
He's not even here.
Oh, I got more. And I'm watching in silent mode because I don't have my headphones on, and I see Blake shaking his head laughing. So I'm gonna let it all loose. Okay? And I got a good baseball reference, okay? And one of my favorite places is Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Had a chance to see it. Joel Embiid is softer than one of the suite seats in the
Jesus.
box that I had a chance to visit at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City.
Hey, look.
That's how soft Joel Embiid is.
No, I'll give you a better one. Joel Embiid is softer than the gaming night chairs that they had for gamers' nights against the Twins.
Beautiful.
They had
Joel
those are
Embiid.
soft.
Listen. I got one. And Victor, this is for you. Circa 2005,
Okay.
Joel Embiid is softer than the Angels pitching staff in the championship series in 2005.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's a shot.
Yes, it is.
That's how soft Joel Embiid is. Okay?
Yep.
And to pay homage to my beautiful wife, the great Dr. K, aka Jody Snow, Joel Embiid is softer than that caramel latte bread that we polished off this morning.
That's
You ain't finished that off, huh?
Yep.
Joel Embiid is softer than the afro I once upon a time had. Oh, I forgot I'm bald. That tell you something?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're a fan of this guy?
Yeah, I loved him at Kansas whenever he played. I have a picture with him as a kid.
Blake, as long as you know, I'm having fun with this.
Yep.
I'm having fun with it.
I know.
Like, at least be a Grady Dick fan. Be a Raptors fan. Don't be a Sixers fan.
Yeah.
Look, the last time I loved the Philadelphia 76ers, Moses Malone, Julius Irving,
Damn.
Andrew Toney, and Charles Barkley were on that team.
Damn.
Okay?
What about Elvin Hayes?
I even loved Allen Iverson, who at least guided the Sixers to an NBA World Championship Series appearance. Unlike Joel Embiid will never do.
Actually, no, I was wrong. Elvin Hayes was Wizards.
The Sixers need to cut their losses with Joel Embiid. Tell him, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, and run.
Yeah. And they do have I think they do have a solid star in Jared McCain, who, if anything, he needs to stay there, and they need to get picks for Joel while they still can.
McCain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who in the vital blue hell is Jared McCain?
He's a shooter.
Duke. He played for Duke like last year.
Yep.
Oh, so Jared McCain is basically James Harden.
And this, yeah. But he has
talk
more
about any 76er in a good light, at least put some respect on Tyrese Maxey.
That's very true.
I'll leave Tyrese Maxey alone. Everybody else is on my chopping block.
Oh yeah, and don't think I forgot that your Sixers acquired Paul George in the offseason, only for him to play a game.
See, let me get to that. First of all, Daryl Morey acquired Paul George. Daryl Morey has a fascination with superstars who suck. Paul George, anybody? Joel Embiid, anybody?
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons was never a superstar. Don't even go there.
Oh, Ben Simmons was not.
Listen,
He made an all-star appearance.
Daryl Morey has an affinity for acquiring stars who suck. 2018 Houston Rockets, anybody?
Yep.
Daryl Morey, and while I'm talking about fat-ass Morey, Daryl Morey needs to come off the analytics. Okay? Daryl Morey knows nothing about basketball. They need to toss him out of the office and lock the doors. And until they get new locks on the doors, tell Daryl Morey, get out and stay out. Back to me having fun with Joel Embiid.
Oh, no.
Now, I got one for Victor, but I'm afraid to let this one loose, but I'll do it anyway.
Oh, boy.
Joel Embiid is softer than the Cowboys' offensive line.
I knew it was
I
coming.
went from the 90s because I love those guys.
I knew it was coming.
Giesick, Larry Allen, and Eric Williams, one of my favorite offensive lines ever. Okay?
Like I said, I knew it was coming. I knew it was my turn.
While I'm thinking about it, Joel Embiid is softer than the Carolina Hurricanes defense.
Oh, my God.
Dude.
Poor Blake.
Can I walk out?
And the Hurricane defense is pretty damn. That Carolina Hurricane defense, along with Joel Embiid and the Carolina Panthers, are softer than the chair cushions I'm sitting on right now. And they're pretty soft because I've had these sumbitches for 2.5 years. I tell you something?
Yep.
Joel Embiid is softer than any chocolate cake my wife has made for me, will make for me, and that I'll polish off.
Listen, Joel Embiid is softer than my mother's pasta.
Oh
my
God!
Since we're making food comparisons, thank you, Droid. I love to cook. My wife and I both love to cook. Yesterday, I made some brats.
Yep.
Really put all the smoke alarms out of commission in the house, but I made some brats in the house.
I made burgers.
Joel Embiid is softer than every brat that we polished off yesterday.
Well, it depends on how you like your brats cooked, though. If you like your brats cooked thoroughly, of course. But if you don't, if you like them,
that's why I nearly blew out the house.
Listen, Joel Embiid is softer than the smoothie Blake is drinking at this moment.
Oh, you want to go smoothies? Let's really have some fun. Blake, what's your favorite flavor of smoothie? What's your favorite flavor?
Probably like strawberry banana.
Strawberry banana.
Yep.
Literally the one he's drinking right now.
Yep.
Blake, you just put a joke in front of me, and you're just gonna have to forgive me for this one.
Yep.
Joel Embiid is softer than a bunch of bananas that didn't make it to the smoothie.
Oh God!
Than Deshaun Watson.
Joel Embiid is softer than the bananas you bought probably a month ago and forgot about, and they overripened.
And me and Jody and I shop at Aldi's a lot. We get a lot of fruit in the house, okay?
And the thing is, that will make
Embiid
for some
soft.
great softer than banana bread.
Absolutely. If the bananas get like really overripe, my wife says, "Look, I'm gonna turn this into banana bread," and of course we eat that sumbitch as soon as it comes out of the oven.
Yep.
I don't want Blake to ever get mad at me for making all these jokes. But
I know.
He takes them.
Yeah, I'd take him on the chin.
Blake.
Yep.
As a man that's been covering sports for almost 35 years, believe me, I've taken my share on the chin also. I get it.
Listen. Joel Embiid is softer than the 49ers offensive line against the Chiefs in 2020.
I'll give you that one.
Yep.
I'll give you that one because they were pretty soft and they were pretty porous.
Jet chip wasp.
You remember the exact play?
Yep.
Listen, Joel Embiid is softer. Let me think of a good one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make Droid very, very happy. Joel Embiid is softer than the Ravens' offensive line against the porous Chiefs' defensive line. And the reason I say porous is because the Chiefs should have blown the piss out of Baltimore by 50. But I did have a chance to see Patrick Mahomes. Look, I did have a chance to see Patrick Mahomes lead his team to a world championship, and I called both games. Was I worn out at the end of both games? Hell yes. Patrick Mahomes does that to me, and he does that to Jody. Matter of fact, Joel Embiid is softer than Gelato. The good Gelato.
Ajo, Gelato, Nacho, Matto. Panthers in 5.
Yep.
Panthers in 5. I said 4, but then for some reason,
Game 3.
Blake's Carolina Hurricanes decided to prove me wrong, and that's the lone shot he's going to get.
Yeah.
Anderson, shout out.
Here you go. Hey, here's one for you. You know how soft Joel Embiid is? I'll tell you. Joel Embiid. Oh, I got to think of a good one. Okay, I got it. I got it. Joel Embiid is softer than the New York Yankees when they played the Kansas City Royals in a couple of series.
Oh.
We lost that series,
And
but
that's
still.
I mean, Alex Smart. Are we talking about last year?
Ouch.
Probably not, because we lost that series.
I mean, Alec March did bid a 7-inning shutout or no hitter.
Joel Embiid is soft. Look, I take a lot of insulin because I have organs missing after my surgery. Joel Embiid is softer than the insulin I'm taking here.
Oh.
That tell you something?
Yeah.
Joel Embiid is softer than the cloth of the sweatshirt you are currently wearing.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I'm just
And
turning
I know
into
that thing's comfy.
He
right
strays, bro.
I turn into a
You're getting
punching
peppered.
bag. I'm out here like the little punching bag that they do
now. The
Yep.
speed bag?
Yes, literally I'm just literally a speed bag at this point.
Just a minute. To be fair, folks, anybody who's a sports fan or is in the realm of covering sports, which we all are, we all become punching bags.
Yep.
One way or another, we all become punching bags.
Listen.
example,
Joel Embiid is softer than the Kansas Jayhawks offensive line against Baylor.
Damn. That's a shot.
I know
That
I'm
is a
shooting
shot.
myself in the foot at the same time, but still.
Joel Embiid is softer than Hunter
Joel
Dickinson,
Embiid
and that's
is
saying a
softer
lot.
than 3-pointers Kansas is putting up instead of throwing touchdowns. Thank you, Chris Dietz, for that one.
I'm gonna throw this one in there. I'm shooting myself in the foot anyhow. Joel Embiid's softer than Hunter Dickinson.
No, wrong player. Joel Embiid is softer than Zeke Mayo after this year ended.
Well, that's true. If
You
you
know what? I'm gonna throw one at Victor, and I think I'm gonna get a round of applause from Victor.
Okay.
Joel Embiid is softer than Ezekiel Elliott in his rookie year.
Yeah, that's true. More like Joel Embiid is softer than Zeke Elliott circa 2024.
Let me think of a good. Here's a good one. Okay. Joel Embiid is softer than the Cowboys were in Week 5 2 years ago, which 2 years later led to a conspiracy theory that Victor said on air.
Yeah.
We signed George Kittle.
Greed.
Greed.
Conspiracy theory, you said, and you know it.
Listen, Joel Embiid is softer. Oh Lord, this is than Tua Tagovailoa after his 5th concussion.
Ooh. Ouch.
I got a better one. Joel Embiid is softer than Tua's brother with no concussions. How about them apples?
damn,
The one who played.
he's softer than Tua's brain matter.
Listen, Joel Embiid is softer than the Miami Dolphins after playing the Carolina Panthers to 2 overtimes.
Joel Embiid is softer than the Carolina Panthers staff. Their front office staff.
Okay, Blake's going to take a swing at me for this joke, but I've got to do it. Joel Embiid is softer than the Carolina Hurricanes during the first 3 games of the Eastern Conference Final.
I'm gonna be honest. I stopped watching after game 2.
Yeah, he has not watched.
I've been having good days. I don't want to put
He doesn't
myself
wanna
in
ruin
mental
it.
anguish.
He doesn't want to ruin it. I understand.
5 goals, and 6 goals, and then Carolina finally wakes up and says, "We don't want anymore."
And you still only scored 1 goal.
No, I thought we scored 3-0.
Yeah, on Bob. You only scored 1 on Bob. The other 2 were empty netters.
Oh,
Listen, the Carolina Hurricanes finally woke up and borrowed from Twisted Sister and said, "We're not going to take it," but they're not going to have any choice come
Yeah.
Game 5.
tomorrow or tonight, actually.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tonight is game 4 of Dallas, Edmonton.
Of the Western.
And Indiana, New York.
I've been watching that Pacers Knicks series. It's been a classic. It's gonna be a classic if it goes all 7.
It ain't gonna be a classic tonight.
You want to call that?
I thought he was going to. He said it the other day.
I'll have the second half of that game, and I'll make sure that it. Can you join me tonight for the second half of that?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. I'll let you know when I'm ready. I got a game in front of it.
Oh wait, is it a fever game?
It's the first
Play
few.
tomorrow.
It's
I have the
a
Liberty and the
Wings.
Valkyries tonight from New
Or
York.
I'm
Oh.
stupid. I'm just gonna shut up.
I have the champs tonight.
I might as well join you for that one as well. I need to watch more
But
WNBA.
back to what we were talking about earlier.
Uh-oh.
He heard you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What I say? What I say?
Exactly. What I say? Let's see. How soft is Joel Embiid? There are 5 answers on the board. See if you can guess the number 1 answer. No, I'm just kidding.
James
All right, no. Let me try this. He is softer than the fouls that are called for Shea.
Ooh.
He's softer than the fouls that are called for Ben Simmons.
He is softer than Ben Simmons' own 3-point shot.
He's softer than Ben Simmons, and that's saying a lot.
He is softer. We'll say he's softer than the entire Clippers organization when they had to share Staples Center for years.
Is he softer than Tony Finau's ankle?
Just a minute. They're softer than the Clippers organization. ... Period.
Jesus.
He is softer than Anthony Davis' ankle.
No, that's a tie right there. That's a tie because they're both soft as Charmin. They're both soft as Charmin. They're softer than every pillow that I have in my bedroom right now. That's how soft. That's how soft those two are. If those two were ever teammates, that team will go 0-84 for the season.
Listen, Joel Embiid is softer than any jersey you have ever worn in your lifetime.
Oh, jeez. Montana, Rice, MJ, Scotty, Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman. Who else did I have? Roger Craig, Frank Thomas, Jim Thome. Who was other jersey?
Let's go even softer. Joel Embiid is softer than that one night where you sat near the fireplace, a soft blanket on top of you, and a nice cool breeze coming in from the window.
Joel Embiid is softer than Josh Rosen's mentality.
And this is after the face fight, folks.
Joel Embiid is softer than Mark Sanchez's buttocks.
Butt fumble.
Joel Embiid is softer than the New York Jets as a whole.
Sorry,
McCoffee.
Oh God! Now McCoffey's getting it.
Joel Embiid. All right, here you go. And then I got to get out of here because I got a meeting in a few minutes. Joel Embiid is softer than any other dessert my wife cooks up here in the next hour. And according to what she's trying to show me, she's got something cooking.
Lord. All right, Brian.
No. This one's for you. Before I go, this one's for you, Droid.
Oh, no.
Joel Embiid is softer than any Culver's burger on the menu.
That's for me and Blake. We're coworkers.
Yeah.
It is softer than any fry you have ever fried in your life, Blake.
Or softer than any shake in that joint.
Jesus.
Softer than our own custard.
Yeah.
Because I have had some. Okay, one more for Victor. Joel Embiid is softer than any set of pancakes he and I have cooked for each other or I have cooked for my family.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Anyways, Brian, love hearing from you. We're going to have to let you go since it is an express episode and you got stuff to do. Love hearing from you, brother.
Thank you, brothers. Love you so much. Love y'all so much. Thanks for having me.
Later. That was Brian Snow, host of Snowman.
You okay over there, Blake?
So
I'm questioning my life decisions.
So, how much internal bleeding?
Not internal bleeding. I should have left my self-respect at the door whenever I left the house this morning.
I mean, you talk about getting peppered. My God.
That wasn't a pepper. That was a street-style massacre.
You thought he was coming in with rubber bullets. Nah, they were real.
No, he whipped out the fucking Dragon's Breath shotgun shells because he was flaming my shit.
Warfare?
Kyler Murray wants to have a word with you.
Do what?
I was like, Kyler Murray wants to have a word with you about that Dragon's Breath bit.
Actually, it was Snake Shot.
Snake Shot from the 44s?
Yes.
Dude.
Oh, my God.
Started on the dual
It was.
Snake Shot.
It's so.
The whole point of Snake Shot
is to kill a snake.
It's to kill a snake. And they just.
And it broke the game for 3 months straight without an update.
Here's the thing, Victor. On Modern Warfare 2019, they added a new attachment to the 44 Magnums called Snake Shot.
It was a weapons mod.
It was a weapons mod. But the thing is, in real life, Snake Shot is only powerful enough to kill a snake. It's not
Right.
powerful enough to even do damage to a person.
It will
Right.
feel like if you get burned by grease is what people have said that been shot by it. It feels like if you get burned by grease really bad.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's enough to deter, a robber or something like that. It's a
But not-
non-lethal option.
But not kill someone
But not
on
put
sight.
a hole through their heart.
It's like 500 Action Express.
It's like 50 AE. It punches like
You have
in
no
the game.
idea.
It punched like
Or was
50
it
AE.
Nitro Express?
It punched like 50 AE, and then it knocked them back like you just shot them with a slug.
Jesus Christ.
It was so overpowered. You combo that with laser sights and akimbo on top of the snake shot. It was an ammo mod, not a weapons mod. Weapons mod was the akimbos. Ammo mod was snake shot.
See, dude, no, it hit harder than 500 Action Express.
500 nitro.
My bad. Nitro Express.
570 grain. Like, seriously,
Dude.
it hits harder than 4 gauge.
That's crazy.
It hit harder than
Which 4 gauge at this point is just like a freaking.
It's just a tank shell.
It's basically just a howitzer that you're able to carry.
It's just a carry on the go howitzer.
It basically.
Brother, listen.
Holy
We could
shit.
go on and on about the broken dude.
Activision sucks.
Remember the broken?
Yes,
I forgot what
Activision, it is you.
I remember the broken kilo mods.
Dude.
With the 100 round.
Remember the Growl in Warzone?
The 100 round drum mag, basically making it an LMG, and it had the recoil of nothing. But there was a new broken mod in Modern Warfare 3 with the Cast-Off 545, where if you put on the Jack Requiem gun mod, it would give you no vertical recoil. The only recoil was your horizontal.
Yeah.
And I made a mod with it, and I made a whole setup with it. I handed it off to one of my friends, and he's like, how is nobody talking about this? And I was like, dude, I don't know. Maybe because the slow fire rate, all that. But even with the slow fire rate, you were beaming. Dude,
We're just talking about games now.
The start of Modern Warfare 2, when everyone was like, oh, no slide canceling, nobody was really playing it. The meta, from what I remember, was because the Car 98 was gone. It was the A7X, the sniper, and then everybody, and I mean everybody, was running MP5. Because at the time, the MP5 was the best, it had the best kill rate. Basically, the shortest time from first shot to kill. It had the lowest, kill time. And so did the MP7. So everyone was really debating MP7. And then they just kept releasing more broken guns. And now it's just... There's no balance, and I think I kind of like that with Call of Duty.
Just make it like college football, just as unrealistic as possible.
Well, if you thought COD was realistic in the first place, there's the door.
Exactly, but I mean, you know what I mean.
But anyways, that's going to be it for today. My name is Shane. I'm joined by Blake, as always, and Victor Locke over audio. We have Brian Snow join us over phone to make Blake regret being a Sixers fan. We're out of here. See you all next week.